Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Rise to the challenge of stemming the tide of substandard and fake products in Nigeria. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Osita Bolma, tells consumers. Stakeholders examine dangers associated with substandard gas cylinders and other life-endangering products. It's another edition of your program, our program Standard and You, brought to you courtesy of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. We took our sensitization to the northern part of the country, Gombe, Yola, Kano, Bauchi, Kaduna, and Niger states. Our mission was to educate our brothers and sisters in that part of the country on the dangers of substandard products. Guess what? It was an engaging and rewarding exercise that left most participants better informed on the imperatives of standard. A warm welcome to you, our esteemed viewers. My name is Ifoma Okonkwo, and as always, my pleasure bringing the program to you.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigerian SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards aimed at improving the exports of the nation's food and cash crops. This explains why we have developed more standards for Nigeria's produce like sesame, cocoa, garri, and more, courtesy our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turnaround time for SUNCAP and MANCAP to reduce substandard products and legal arm to prosecute offenders. Join the Standards Organization of Nigeria in ridding our nation of substandard goods due to consistent market surveillance and raids. See something, say something. The Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
The program is Standard and You. Nigerians have been advised to stop patronizing dealers and sellers of substandard or used cooking gas cylinders. This is because of some dangers associated with the use of expired pressure vessels. This was the thrust of a sensitization organized by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the SON, in Abuja, Kano, Enugu, and other states across the country. Please take a look.
The gas cylinder is an important product found in most homes. The pressure tank is used for storage of gases used for cooking, which today is considered to be the fastest way of cooking. There are hundreds and thousands of these all-important tank or pressure vessel, both imported and fabricated locally. They come in different shapes and sizes. Over the years, investigations by the Standards Organization of Nigeria have revealed that there are substandard gas cylinders in the country. According to the SON, this development poses great danger to consumers who, more often than not, have little or no knowledge on the proper usage of the tank because of its content that is highly inflammable.
There are a lot of substandard cylinders in the market, and the way we can identify these substandard cylinders, that number one, for cylinders that are two-piece cylinders, only 50 kg, 45 kg, 40 kg, you will see them, they're big cylinders. You will see longitudinal weld and two circumferential weld. These are three-piece cylinders. But 12.5 kg cylinders, that is very prevalent, what is what a lot of people, or 6.25 or 2 kg. This is 12.5 kg cylinder. This, you see, is a two-piece cylinder. This is the up, the first, the up, and this is the bottom. This is a circumferential weld. This is a standard cylinder. The 6 kg, you see, this is a 6.25 kg. This is the top, this is the down. This is a circumferential weld. This is a two-piece cylinder. This cylinder is a substandard cylinder. There are 3 welded joints. The longitudinal weld, 2 circumferential weld. This is not a standard cylinder. So I don't know how many piece cylinder we can call this, but this is not. You will even know that the production process, they did not follow the requirement of the standard in producing this. This is also the same. You can see longitudinal weld to circumferential weld. This is a two-piece cylinder. You see some cylinders are welded almost, like we said now. This is almost in longitudinal weld and the circumferential weld. So buyers, consumers should be aware of this. At least this is the first thing that guides them in selecting quality cylinders from the market.
Worried by the disturbing incidents of fire outbreak resulting from improper usage of pressure vessel, the SON embarked on a strategic nationwide sensitization to educate Nigerians on the dangers of used or expired gas cylinders and other life-endangering products. Engineer Nwoma Oluje, in her presentation, emphasized on the need for consumers to be safety conscious and avoid the use of expired pressure vessel. Oluje said she was particularly disturbed by the avoidable deaths and destruction of properties resulting from domestic gas explosions. She demonstrated before participants practical ways of identifying a substandard pressure vessel and associated dangers when not properly handled.
Any cylinder that is having the shroud guides the valve, the handle. This is the shroud. This is where markings are indicated. You will see the country of origin. The manufacturer's name must be indicated on the cylinder. If the manufacturer's name is not indicated on the cylinder, no, we don't accept it. The manufacturer's name, country of origin, must be indicated. Is it coming from Nigeria? Is it coming from China? Is it coming from UK? It must be indicated their country of origin. And tire weight, the capacity, the year of the manufacture of the cylinder must be, because it is from the year you determine the expiration date of a cylinder. Cylinder has lifespan, and in Nigeria the lifespan indicated in the standard is 15 years. So from the year of manufacture you add 15 years. That's the expiration date. There is also a wrong information going around that the way you determine expired cylinder is from first using alphabet A, B, C, D, and first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. For instance, if you have D06, it means that the cylinder have expired in December 2006. That is a wrong information. The expiration date, the year of manufacture, is the only year indicated on the cylinder. Then you add 15 years to it. That's the year the cylinder will expire. Every cylinder is supposed to be requalified after 5 years. Requalification will enable us to ensure that the cylinder, the integrity of the weld, the cylinder is still intact. So every cylinder is supposed to be requalified every 5 years. And once in its lifetime, refurbishment, it should be refurbished or reconditioned. It has to go through manufacturer. Then on the 6 kg, you can see it's at the foot ring that the marking is done. The marking, because of this, some markings can be up, then at this. And it's the same information that should be there. The year of the manufacture, the manufacturing date, the tire weight, the capacity, and test pressure. The working pressure, they are all indicated. The day it was tested, they will all be indicated. That's one of the reasons, the ways of identifying cylinders in the market. You also see that some cylinders, 10 kg cylinder, they look like a 12.5 kg, but they are smaller. It's used as camping gas. It's against the requirement of the standard to use 10 kg as camping gas. Cylinders are classified as life-endangering products. So it is from 6.25 downwards that should be used as camping gas. If you have 10 kg, go and use regulator, because those 10 kgs are having bulb valves instead of the safety valves that are specified for such type of cylinders. The 6.25 kg, 5 kg, 3 kg, they are all carrying ball valves, and they are only used for camping gas, or you also use them in your house.
Representative of the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria at this forum, David Obi, was emphatic in his message that the agency will continue to deploy strategies to check the importation of substandard products into the country.
We bring all these activities we are doing to the grassroots. Are you getting me? For the people to understand what SON is doing to ensure that we have a good quality product in circulation. Are you getting me? And you know that with this sensitization, and if everybody knows there is need, it will. I think the whole country will be, citizens will be safe. That's a key word. Number one, safe, because you have to live before you do anything. So to assure or to ensure life, safety, we are organizing this sensitization throughout the Federation. It has been for a long period now. We have been going around the nation and we will be doing this sensitization. That's the sole aim, to protect the Nigerians. And then to make sure that whatever we are buying, we will receive the service of those products. That is effective use of those products we are buying. You know, if we save that, then the economy will improve.
Participants bear their minds on the sensitization by the SON.
The processes of importation and standardization in Nigeria here has improved. SON has done a lot of job to be online in every other activities they do. And that is this business for people.
I have learned so many things that my mind has not even come to. And for our customers there, we are going to also educate some of them, and we look inwardly to see how we regulate so many things that are going wrong and how people take dangers in using expiring cylinders. In fact, for today, we are so grateful.
I want to admire SON. I mean, they've been very good at this. Sensitization is one of those things that they do very well. This is about the third time attending the sensitization, and the topic is very apt, talking about cylinders and the advantages and disadvantages. Of course, I want to believe that every person that came around here today must have learned one or two things. Paramount among them is how to identify a fake cylinder, how to identify an aging cylinder, and how to identify a cylinder that has expired. I think this is fantastic, and it's going to save lives. It's going to help people to live a better life.
What we learned today is something that so many people don't know about it. And this thing is something that entails life. The use of these gas cylinders at times put someone's life at risk. So we encourage them to still carry on in the sensitization program, enlighten those that have not heard, because I know that many have not heard about it. And even the ones that are saying about it now say they are privileged to be here. The selected few. So the sensitization program still needs to go down to the streets, to the marketplaces, to enlighten more people, even the sellers of this LPG tank and the consumers as well.
In Gombe, the representative of the Director General of SON frowned at the use of expired gas cylinders by consumers. He stressed that SON, through such gathering, will continue to equip Nigerians with basic information about the pressure vessel to ensure its proper usage.
Among the objectives of why we are gathered here today is to sensitize our stakeholders and the public on SON general activities, and in particular, the need to comply with the requirements of the standard NIS 69 of 2013, which states on how we are going to handle LPG cylinders. We should, at the end of this program, we should be able to identify cylinders that are harmful and substandard. Those cylinders are cylinders that have expired, that are not supposed to be in our circulation. They are supposed to be withdrawn, but yet we still use them. They are time bombs. So that's why we are gathered here today, to educate ourselves, interact.
He explained that measures have been put in place by the agency in line with international best practices to ensure the production of LPG vessels are effectively monitored. He provided participants with information on how to identify the brands of cooking gas cylinders, check the expiry dates of the tank, identify certified retailers and LPG equipment plants.
Those valves on the cylinder, you put several together and put in the vehicle, you are locking them side against each other. There will be gaps and it will do the cost of damages. And there's something we call improper handling. Some people have been to a place where they say, the person say, he stored his own LPG cylinder under his sink. And you notice that the thing is corroding. Corroding because water that drop from the sink drop on it. And besides, we say LPG should never even be kept indoor. As far as possible, let it be outside. LPG as a gas is heavier than air. So when there's leakage, it settles on the ground. As there are some thing going on in WhatsApp now, they say somebody gets to his home, there's leakage, and just put on the globe, and the thing just explodes. LPG settles on the ground, not up. That's when it's settled, I can talk about that. And it also requires a source of ignition. If there's no source of ignition, it will not explode. There's a different case too of also using tank gas. Tank gas are the one that are 6 kg and below, that will allow burners to be placed directly on the cylinder. But they are called tank gas because they are expected to be used outside. But people are now using them indoor. If there are problems with the accessories, then it can also lead to problems too. And there are cases of negligence on the part of the user. Some people, after cooking, maybe even they won't want to put the thing on, they'll just put it on and forget. Someone may call them and they leave the thing, and the gas will be releasing. Some people even want to start it and they'll even be smoking or making phone calls. Some people light the gas for several minutes while trying to light. Normally it's recommended that if you want to light your burner, light the fire first before you now turn on the gas. But what we do nowadays, we put on the gas before we light the fire. It should reverse to be the case. Get the fire ready, then on the gas. Then we leave cooking on monitoring. There's some food, starchy food, that when you're cooking them, then they give off foam. The foam may quench the fire, but it will never quench the gas. And the gas will now be leaking. And that may result in accidents.
The interactive forum attracted stakeholders from all walks of life.
Welcome back. You're still watching Standard and You, reaching you on Africa's largest television network, the NTA. Now you know how to handle your cooking gas cylinder. Please and please do not patronize dealers on used pressure vessels. Substandard mosquito coil with a street value of 35 million naira have been impounded by the Standards Organization of Nigeria in Kano State. The seizure followed a renewed monitoring strategy by the agency to rid the markets of fake and substandard products.
The substandard mosquito coils were impounded at this warehouse off Katsina Road by Bubangwari in Kano State. Director of Operations of the SON, who led the raid, told newsmen that the products were imported into the country from China and failed all parameter tests conducted by the agency. He warned importers of goods to desist from importing substandard products, adding that the SON is poised to deal with the menace and will leave nothing to chance to protect Nigerians from fake and substandard goods.
You're still watching Standard and You, reaching you on this station at 6:30 p.m. Shodipo Olujimi and Gold Channel International have been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment without an option of fine by an Osogbo magistrate court in Osun State. They were convicted for presenting forged laboratory test results and a forged bank teller for the certification of table water products in Osogbo, Osun State. An offense punishable under Section 467 of the Criminal Law 34, Volume 2, Laws of Osun State, 2003. The magistrate, Modupe Awodele, in her judgment said She was convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the laboratory test results and bank deposit slip presented to the SON were forged. She advised Nigerians to be honest and always conduct their businesses in line with best practices.
Hello and nice to have you on the feedback segment of the program. I am Halimot Osifo. Last week we received lots of messages from you, our esteemed viewers. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Obiwurum from Lagos says, I love what you do. Substandard and fake goods should have no place in our country at all. But my concern is Standards Organization of Nigeria should see to the destruction of such products itself and not hand over to other agencies, because it will eventually be sold out and the masses will be at loss. Alright, be rest assured that we do not transfer seized products to other agencies. We are empowered by law, Son Act number 14 of 2015, to destroy substandard products ourselves. Anayo Chuku from Port Harcourt says, I love your program, but you really need to storm Aba. There are many substandard goods sold there. Thank you so much for that information. We'll look into that. Ezindu Stanley from Port Harcourt says, SON should take proactive steps to confiscate substandard products in the markets. Thank you so much. We are doing all within our powers and not relenting to track substandard goods and destroy them in an environment-friendly manner. Tony Uba says, moving forward, Standards Organization of Nigeria is in safe hands with the ever-versatile Director General and our no-nonsense President Muhammadu Buhari. Thank you so much, Tony. It's nice to hear from you. Ayodele Gideon says, I challenge those in charge of foods and all consumable products to develop a sense of ownership of this country and try all that they can do to apply adequate corrective action and preventive action into their operations to save lives. Let's all work together to ensure quality products in our environment. Kudos to the SON family. Thank you so much, Ayodele. It's nice to hear from you, and we'll continue to ensure that we do our best in reading the markets of fake and substandard products. Adekombi Daniel says, please endeavor to make use of our local radio stations to inform people in remote areas. Sure, we are looking at expanding our media platform for wider coverage to educate and inform people about the quality and safety of products. Abraham from Akwa Ibom says, please, how do I report cases of fake and substandard products? You can go to any of SON's offices near you, make a complaint or make a report, and you can also use the available social media platforms on the screen or send messages to the number on your screen. Funsho Akilome from Abuja says, it is important to call for value reorientation in this country to ease the tireless sacrifices staff of the Standards Organization of Nigeria go through daily, because the benefits of the crusade is not for the staff alone, but for the good and safety of the citizens in particular. Success of this task is a collective one and requires the commitment of the government and everyone. SON team is doing a wonderful job day and night. Thank you so much, Funsho. Thank you for emphasizing the fact that Standards Organization of Nigeria cannot achieve the responsibility of tackling the menace of fake and substandard products alone. It requires the support of everyone. You have a role to play, and let's ensure we play our parts in fighting against the menace. And that concludes this week's episode of the program Standard and You. For any question, complaints, or suggestion, you can send in your messages to the number 0705-972-4455. Reach out to us on Facebook as Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter as Standard and You _. Remember, you can watch previous episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Bye for now.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live. Buy original. You should know